Hey everyone, in today's video, I want to talk to you about all the things that have gone wrong for me at photo shoots and what you can do to avoid them. So doing a photo shoot is so much fun. I love it so much. It's really great to be able to get out there and shoot and be creative. It's so much fun editing images and posting them. However, planning a photo shoot isn't always smooth sailing, and I have had so many things go wrong for me in the past, and I want to tell you guys all about that today. So the first one is people canceling on me. I can't tell you how many times this has happened to me in the past. I've had models cancel on me, makeup artists, stylists, pretty much anyone who's been part of the team has canceled on me at some point or another. And this can be really frustrating when you've spent weeks putting together a photo shoot only to get a call or a text the day before or the morning of the photo shoot saying that someone can't make it, so the photo shoot can't go on. And this leaves me feeling just so disappointed and defeated sometimes that I don't even have the motivation to replan the photo shoot for another time. So what can you do to fix this? For me, it was working with modeling agencies. So I know working with agencies isn't for everyone, but for me, having that level of professionalism really helped cut down my cancellations a lot. And another great thing with agencies is that if a model does cancel on you for some reason, like if they get sick or something comes up, then the agency will usually find a replacement for you so you won't have to reschedule your shoot. Another reason why people might cancel on you or why the shoot might fall through sometimes is if you're planning it too far in advance. I've actually found that I've gotten the least amount of cancellations for a shoot that's happening in the very near future, such as like a week or two in advance. The shoots that are planned for a month or two in advance, people have things come up, or maybe they didn't write down the date of the shoot, or they have to reschedule because they're doing something else that day. So I like to try and plan my shoots for as soon as possible just to avoid that from happening. Another problem I've had with planning photo shoots is finding a date that works for everyone. And this especially happens when you're working with a large team because there are more people that you need to find a date where everyone is free at the same time in order to be able to shoot. So what I do to get around this is I actually make my shoots as simple as possible. So most of the time it's just me and the model, or it's me, the model, and a makeup artist shooting. And having just 2 or 3 people, it's so much easier to find a date that works for everyone. And you can shoot more often, and you can shoot whenever you're just feeling, the urge to shoot and to be creative. It's so much easier to plan a shoot with a small team. And that's not to say that you shouldn't do photo shoots with large teams. That's also a really great way to get creative and to get awesome shots for your portfolio and to also meet new people to work with. However, I like to try and save those larger creative team shoots for special occasions, and I do them a lot less than my simple shoots. So another photo shoot issue that I've had in the past is when you get to a location and it just doesn't work. So sometimes you plan a spot to shoot at only to get there and it doesn't look the way you thought it would, or the lighting isn't right in that particular spot that you want to shoot in, or maybe there's a lot of people there or an event happening and you can't shoot at that location. If this happens, I like to just do the hair and makeup with the team at the spot that we met. And while we're doing that, I like to ask all the people that we're with if they know any cool spots that are nearby that we can shoot at. And I also like to jump on Google Maps and just do a quick search if there's any other locations that we can go to. If for some reason we can't move locations, I also like to improvise and make the most of what we have in that area. So for example, if I was going to do a beach shoot, but there was an event there and there's heaps of people and we couldn't shoot because we wouldn't get the photos that we were after, I would instead maybe shoot on the streets and do a street style shoot instead. Or I would try to find a different area off that beach, or maybe find a nearby park or just a tree that we can shoot with, just anything that's in that near vicinity of the location that we're already at. So going in hand with the location, sometimes you'll get to a photo shoot and the lighting just isn't working. This is something I used to do all the time, and that was plan photo shoots with people and not take into consideration what time we were going to be shooting at. So I would plan, for example, to meet up with the team at 10 a.m. and by the time hair and makeup is ready, we're ready to shoot at 11 a.m., which in Australia in particular, the sun is already high up in the sky and super harsh at that time. And sometimes when I'm shooting for clients, I'll often be doing full day photo shoots, which means that shooting in that harsh sun is unavoidable. So these are some things that I do to get around that. With my personal test shoots, I just started planning them for the afternoon. At first I felt a little bit weird asking an agency if I could start shooting at 4 p.m, but they didn't even bat an eyelid when I asked, so I'm assuming a lot of people do that. So I started shooting in the afternoon, which made the lighting conditions so much better. And even if you don't want to shoot with that typical golden hour light, shooting in the afternoon still makes lighting conditions so much better to work with. They're much more flattering, and you can actually do so much more with it too. For those photo shoots that I did end up planning for the middle of the day, or when I'm shooting with a client all day, once you have the whole team there ready to go, you can't just sit around for hours waiting for the lighting to get better, so you need to learn how to work with harsh sunlight. Because of my personal style, I don't particularly love shooting with harsh sunlight. However, I have shot a few portraits like that over the years, and they do create some really stunning, vibrant photos. However, I don't want all my photos to look like that. So some things that I do when I'm shooting in the middle of the day is I still like to shoot backlit where I keep the sun behind my model, and I also like to try and find some shade to work with as well. If I'm shooting for a client all day, often we'll have two locations, one that's indoors and one that's outdoors. So what I like to do is shoot the outdoors photos in the morning until the sun starts becoming a little bit harsh. Then we'll do all the indoor photos, and by the time we're finished and we're back on the outdoor photos, the lighting is nice and soft again. I would love to make a behind the scenes video of shooting with harsh sunlight and what you can do to create flattering portraits with it. So if you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below and I can do that for you guys. And if you really like this video, I can also do a part 2 because I've been doing photography for a while. So there's been lots of things that have gone wrong at photo shoots. And if you guys want to hear it, I'd be happy to make another video about this too. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye!